cannot wait. It wasn't just the fact that the problems are big. It's also that I realized the size of our challenges had outstripped the capacity of our broken politics to solve. We couldn't get anything done, it seemed, in Washington. All of you were hungry. I was betting that all of you were desperate for a different kind of politics, one based on our common values and our common ideas. A politics that wasn't based on ideology, but on practicality and common sense. A politics that cared more about straight talk than about spin and PR. And most of all, I was betting on you, on the American people. I was betting that you are the true agents of change in this country. That you are decent and generous and are willing to work hard and sacrifice for future generations. And that if we could just mobilize your voices to challenge the special interests and to challenge ourselves to do better. That there was no problem we could not solve, and there was no destiny we could not fulfill. That was my bet. That's the reason I decided to run. And you know what, Iowa? 10 months later, you have vindicated my faith. 10 months later, I am absolutely convinced that I was right. You have come out in the blistering heat, and you've come out on days like today. You have come out not just to cheer, but to challenge, to ask tough questions, to lift the hood and kick the tires in. Find out what each candidate was about. You've given everybody a fair hearing. And so you have earned that special place that you play in our democracy because you've taken this process so seriously. Now, I would like to think that it all had to do with us, the candidates. But let's face it, part of the reason that you turned out in such great numbers, part of the reason you've shown such an interest in this campaign is because you know that next year you will go into the polling place to select the next president of the United States of America. And you know that the name George W. Bush will not be on the ballot. The name of my cousin, Dick Cheney, will not be on the ballot. That was really embarrassing. You know, when they do these genealogical surveys, they're hoping that you're related to somebody cool. You know, Abraham Lincoln, Willie Mays, somebody. Dick Cheney, that's a letdown. But that's okay. You did not hold it against me. His name won't be on the ballot, and so you know that the era of Scooter Libby justice and Browning incompetence and Karl Rove politics will finally be over next year. But you know what? It's easy to be against something. You want to be for something. And so you come out because I believe you share with me the same sense of urgency, that same fierce urgency of now. And I know this because we've been in a conversation over the last 10 months, and you've shared with me your stories. And all too often they've been stories of hardship and stories of struggle. I've talked to seniors who've seen the companies they used to work for dump their pensions through bankruptcy, even as the CEOs take their own bonuses and golden parachutes. I've seen people still not be able to afford prescription drugs, even though we passed the Prescription sure that we couldn't negotiate with the cheapest available price on drugs. So folks are taking half a dose of medicine because that's all they can afford. I've talked to Maytag workers, put their whole lives into building up a company, building a brand, creating great products, making profits for shareholders, only to find the rug pulled out from under them and the job shipped overseas. And they're left to wonder whether they can afford their mortgage on an $8 or $9 an hour job at the local Walmart. I talked to teachers. I met one teacher, she's working at a Dunkin' Donuts after hours because she needs to supplement her income.
There you go.
And I talked to teachers who have dug in their own pockets to buy school supplies because the schools are underfunded.